This is the part about front end, how we can develop the front end. For the front end, I'm going to use the Bootstrap. Last time we already know the Bootstrap is a framework, a web framework that you can just call the class, call the relevant JavaScript to make the web in the fancy style. And in this case, we are going to use some HTML file. The first is the base.html, and we will separate the navigation bar from the base.html. So let's review a little bit about how to use the base and how to use the other function, for example, like include and then extend. And then, we have the block and so on. The base HTML, I'm going to use the Bootstrap. Here is the latest Bootstrap. And let's say this title is the membership system. For the body, I'm going to use the container from the Bootstrap. And I'm going to include the navigation bar, HTML. And let's put the block here. It is the content that you can modify. I think you now know about the placement. I think I should put the details. So we are going to put the directory. The directory name will be templates. Because if you look at this code, we are going to connect to the templates in the directory templates. So you need to make the new directory templates. And let's create the base.html. Let's create the base.html. And for this base.html, let's just copy and paste this one. Okay, so let's make it simple. The next, we have the navigation bar, or I make it short navbar.html. So the navbar.html, I'm going to make two buttons, which is home and add member. So this is the navigation bar. Okay, I'm going to make the navbar.html. Here, I will create the navbar. So in this navigation bar, I'm going to make the navigation. I think it is a little bit. You don't need to know all the things. Okay? So we just need to know that it is the navigation bar class from the Bootstrap, and the size will be large, and then the color will be the light color. The background will be the light color, and this is the size. And then this is rounded. It means later we can see the shape is a little bit rounded. This is the place that you can define. Do you still remember what is this only slash? This slash refers to the root. You already defined the main.py here. This is the slash. So this slash means this is the home. When you define in the nav, the navigation, if you want to go to home, it means this is the membership portal. We have a div. This is only the class to show the fancy style. Again, for the ahref active, the active means this is the default, and the href is slash. So it means this is the root. Whenever I click home, then it will go to the root. The second navigation is a link, and it goes to user slash form. What is user slash form? So you can see from the main.py, user slash form. It means you are going to show the form. So this is the form that you are going to use to show the relevant information. If you go back to the navigation bar, when you click the add member, show the form. Okay, so that's the meaning by this link. In the show the form, we are going to connect to the form.html. So later we will check more about the form.html. Okay, so this is the navigation part. Now, let's define the index.html for the first. In the index.html, we are going to set the table along with the column names. So this is the index.html. Let me create a new file in the templates, index.html. So this is the table. We are going to extend base.html. Yeah, I guess you already know what is extend. And then we are going to use the block from the base. The block here is the block content. So the block content will be filled with this block content. The first will be the header in this section, which is the heading style h2 to show the user list. And then if we are clicking this add new user, we are going to go to the user slash form. So user slash form means this one, user slash form. And now we have a table. So the table contains of head, and we have tr, this is the row, and th. So this is the heading. ID, name, email, age, gender, city, and actions. So this is the ending of the header. Now, let's go to the next page. On the next page, we need to define what are the body of those tables. We know that a table can contain head and body. Now, let's take a look on the body. On the body section, we are grouping the data. So we got the data users. This is from the main.py. For every user in users, show the user ID, show the username, show the user email, show the user age, show the user gender, show the user city. And then when you are in the action section, we have one button, edit. Okay, what is the edit? When you click this edit button, you are going to connect to the user form, and then there is a question mark. So this question mark, it is to fill in with the data. So this data, user ID equals to the curly braces. This is the data that you have from this. It means when you click the edit, let's use this user ID so that I'm going to open the form and show the relevant information of this ID. So after I have this ID, yeah, I will go to the form. So in the form, there are two kind of forms. We have the add users and we have the edit users. We set the forms to add the user, to update the user, and to delete the user. So three kind of operations will be available in one form. Add user is to add the user, edit user is to update the user information, and delete user is to delete the user information. So let's create the form.html. Now the form will be more complicated. Okay. So let's create a new HTML file, which is form. And then there are two pages. Let's combine those two pages. So the first page, actually, it is only about the edit and add users. If you look at the extend, so we are going to extend from the base.html. From the base.html, this is the content. We are going to extend on the block content. And then we are going to use this if function. So the heading 2 first will be edit user, or this is a string. Okay. Last week we learned about the string section or the string message in the template. 2 weeks ago, okay, we learned about this kind of string. So the string will be edit user if user. What does it mean? If now we have a user, we are going to edit that user. If there is no information about the user, we are going to add the user. Okay, so this is the if function that you can use to select. If now we are going to edit, we go to here. If we are going to add the user, we are going to this section. And then this form will use the user save. So what is user save? You can see from the main.py. In the main.py, you have the user save. In this user save, you are going to save the data inside the form. So if you still remember when we learned the HTML files at the first class, we have the form and we have the action, but we cannot do anything at the time because we are not connecting to the server. Now we have the server, which is the main.py, and we know that if we go to this link, it means we are going to save the data. So I'm going to just later on, I will define what is this one, but now let's use only the method push. The class means this is the class from the bootstrap. You can later on change this one. So I'm just using this one. Now we have one input. The input is hidden. What does it mean? Hidden means we cannot see the data in the HTML. So you cannot see it. So you cannot see in the HTML. We cannot see in the HTML, but we need this data. The data is user ID. So the value will be in the curly braces. We know that whenever we use two curly braces, it means we are getting the data. So the data here, we are going to use it if user. So if the user exists, we are going to use the user ID. But if the user ID does not exist, we use empty or we use null. Okay, in this case we have null. And then, yeah, the remaining is just to show every of the form. The label is name, and then I'm going to check the name. The label is email. I'm going to check the email. The label is age. I'm going to check the age. The label is gender. I'm going to check the gender. And then I'm going to check the city. The class is just the form control. This is from the bootstrap. And then the type. If we specify type equals to email, it means later on we need to type something like say A, B, C. There should be at or callback. Maybe we need to have the abc.com like this one because it is a type of email. So the type should follow some rules. We know that email should follow the rules with this symbol at. The h is number. Then we just put number for this section. And then we have the username. If the username exists, if user, it means if it is true, show the username. If it is not, empty. Same here, email. If the user exists, if it is true, then show the user email. If it is not, empty. If it is true, then show the user age. If it is not, empty. If we are in this gender, check whether it is true or not. If the user is true, then show the user gender. If it is not, empty. If the user is true, then show the user city. If it is not, then show the empty. So at the end, we have the button submit. Submit means we are going to save the user, and saving the user, it will go to this section, user.save. So user.save means we are going to check what is the function that we are going to look at. If it is already available, it means we are going to update the data. If the data is not available, then it means we are going to create a new data. So that's from the form. And after we finish this one, let's go to the, oh, sorry. If we cancel, it means we do not need to save the data. So we don't need to save this data, but we just return to the root. So this is the root. And the last section is about delete. For the delete, we need to check if the data is available or not. Of course, you cannot delete when the data is empty. So you can delete when the data is available. So if the data is available, now let's create a new form. The form will be available, and when you click the button, you will go to user delete and give the user ID. So what is this one? You go to the delete function. This is the delete function. So when you click here, when you click the button, on click. So when you click the delete user, there is a kind of confirmation. Return confirm. It means I'm going to confirm one more time to the user. Are you really going to delete this user? If you are going to delete this user, then okay. When you click yes, let's go delete the user and then return back to the. So let's run the code. Jinja must be installed. Oh, why? Um, Okay, I'm using the manual way. When let's say if you cannot run in your computer, you can go to the setting, and then in the Python interpreter, you can click the plus, and then you can install directly from this panel. But I'm not sure. Is it possible for you to run the code? No. Now I'm installing the Jinja. Let's see. Okay, Jinja 2 is available. Let me check one more time. There are some. Okay, because this computer has no of this one. So here there's an error, pip install multipart. So let's install this one. Oh, what happened in this computer? Okay, let me just use this one, multipart. So I will install the Python multipart here. Okay, Python multipart is already available here, and check one more. Okay, everything's good. And now, yeah, we can see this result. Oh, okay. So here we have the home, we have add member. So if you click add member, oh, mhm. Mm, I think I need to put something more. Let's see this one request. And then the context, let me just change this. Okay. Uh, uh, so please check on the form section. I guess this is because of the template response. Okay, the template response should have the same format with this part. I think I missed this one. So the template response, the first parameter is request, and then next is what are the HTML bits, and then next, what is the data that you want to send. So the same with the show form. In the show form, the first will be the request, and then next will be the HTML file, which is form.html, and next will be the data that you want to send. Okay, so please make sure this one. I think before this code, I put the data like, okay, let me show you. Before I use this, okay, before this code, I use this format. So this format, the template response will go directly to this form, but actually we need to move the request before the HTML form. Okay, so let's use this one. Now I have no issue. Now let's put some information. Let's say, I don't know, Park. The email is park@abc.com. It's, let's say, 20. Gender, let's say, male. And then city, let's say, Yongin. Okay, let's say, save. Then, okay, we can get the result. Save the data. So we have the name Park and then the email park@abc.com, and then the age is 20, gender is male, and the city is Yongin. Let's add a new user. Maybe Lee. Email is lee@abc.com. Age is 30. Gender is female. And city, let's say Seoul. Okay. Then, yeah, we have another information about the user. Let's say I'm going to edit this person. So move from Yongin to Suwon, for example. So I'm going to update the data. And okay, let's save the data. So after I save the data, now, yeah, the name Park. Originally, the city was Yongin. Now it has been changed to Suwon. Let's suppose I want to remove this person because he or she already moved from the company. So I can just go to edit and then delete. Delete this user. Yes. Then once you delete the user, it goes back to the user list and everything. We have only one data. And then if you add a new user, let's say I have another person, Choi. Let's say I have Choi at abc.com. Let's say the age is 45, gender is female, and the city is Gwangju, for example. Then it is automatically created a new data. But you can see now the ID is 3. Why? Yeah, it is a sequence. It is an auto increment. The first person is Park, and the second person was Lee, but we deleted Lee. And then now we have the third person, which is Choi. Okay. Okay, so did you make it? Or do you have any error in your computer? Let me check. Okay.